So children, as you can see, there are some chat links in the syllabus. There is a syllabus link where you'll find class 3 mathematics Olympiad syllabus in detail. And there is a payment link where you can make the payment by clicking on that link. You can share your feedback on this feedback link. Then you can get details for all the batches by clicking on this particular link. And in case you are still left with a query, then you can ask us by dropping an email or by dropping a message on WhatsApp on this number. So what you can do is, if you want, you can copy paste these links and keep it in your notepad, because after the demo gets over, you can avail these links. Okay. And in case your internet is not working fine, there is some issue with it, you can watch this demo live on Facebook by clicking on the last link. Okay. So I hope all the link details are clear to you now. Okay. So Bhuvan, Kabir, please switch on your cameras. So Kabir call has joined from 2 devices. Okay. So children, let me quickly tell you about the flow of the session. Okay. So first of all, you will get to know your mentor. Guess what? She's already here with us. And after that, you'll see a short PPT wherein you will learn about a little more details about the course that you're about to embark on. And after that, you'll go on a short virtual tour with Pooja ma'am on how to access reading materials on the dashboard. And after that, you can ask any doubt or query that you have by typing in the chat section. We'll be happy to answer. And after that, the actual demo will begin, okay? So I hope the flow of the session is clear to you. Sanvi, you look a little lost. What happened? All good? You've understood the flow, everyone? Show me a thumbs up if it is clear to you. Okay, very nice. All right then. Bhuvan Sai and Kabir Kaul, Betsy and Asa, I would request you to switch on your cameras. Jian. Okay. Now, children, we have with us Shagun ma'am. She's a wonderful mentor and a great person to connect with. I'm sure you're going to love her sessions. You will gain conceptual clarity in all your mathematical problems, right? And she's got substantial experience. Teaching is her passion, and she loves to interact with kids like you. So I'll now request Shagun ma'am to speak to you directly. All over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for such kind words. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you're well. So, as ma'am introduced, my name is Shagun Agarwal. I'm going to be your teacher for this demo class. A little about myself. I have done my MBA in finance. I've worked with different companies. However, while working with them and teaching my son at the same time, I realized that my passion actually was teaching. Okay, being around kids like y'all, so enthusiastic, always more to learn from y'all. And since then, I've never looked back. I've been teaching. It's lovely. I think maths is one of the best subjects, the most fun thing that you can do. It's never boring. It's always challenging. You're learning something new constantly. And that's what we are here for, to make it as interesting as possible and also to learn and have fun in the process. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, children, I'll be sharing my screen. Just a moment, and then we are good to go. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible to all. A very warm welcome to each one of you to the demo and interaction program for Class 3 Mathematics Olympiad. As you are already aware, Olympiad Success is India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad exams. Olympiad Success Live is India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad's preparation. And School Plus by Olympiad Success is one of its own kind of annual program that includes 8 courses which include mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, both spoken and written, Vedic math, and coding. So here you can get one-on-one online CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, and IB classes for grades 2 to 12, one-on-one preparation classes for international mathematics Olympiads like SASMO, CMO, HKIMO, TIMO, Math Counts, US Common Core Math Competition, Math Kangaroo, and PRMO. So you can meet our international rank holders for the year 2021-22 on the screen. They are all brilliant kids like you. And there are so many. So classes are going to be group sessions with batch size of around 20 students delivered through Zoom by seasoned tutors. You've already met your mentor, Shagun ma'am. So let me tell you, children, that only 2-3 seats are left in this batch. However, the next batch is also starting very soon. So you can get yourself enrolled. If you don't book a seat here in this batch, you can get that batch also. So you'll get 3 sessions per week. Now note down the days and the timings. Pooja ma'am, can you please check on the days also in the meantime? Note down the timings, 6:30 p.m. till 7:45 p.m. with 5 minutes of break in between, okay? And the sessions will include a mix of theory, practice questions, doubt sessions, and discussion on previous year papers, okay? You will get access to reading material and practice questions available in the dashboard of Olympiad Success. And also, you can practice topic-wise mock tests for both maths and reasoning as well as logical reasoning. Okay, now how to access those from the dashboard? You'll get the idea very soon because Pooja ma'am will teach you that. Now the syllabus is available at this particular link. All the relevant links have been pasted in the chat box and will again be pasted, don't worry. The fees for this particular course is 7,802 rupees and it is going to be a 35 session course. Payment can be made by clicking on this particular link. The fees includes online classes, daily reading notes and exercises, practice of previous year papers, and access to Olympiad Success platform for mathematics and logical reasoning. Now, all that you require for these classes is a laptop or a desktop with good internet speed, with camera, because we do not allow students without video in the class, headphones for better audio clarity. Now, Olympiad exam preparations require a little more effort from your side and from your parents' side. So in 2021-22, Olympiad Success had students from more than 3,800 schools across India and abroad, hailing from 35 plus countries. Now, the live classes for this particular batch begins from 22nd March, which is Friday. So I hope you've noted down all the relevant details. Okay. So there will be 2 sessions per week, Mondays and Fridays. Okay.
Right, Monica.
Right. All right. Now quickly tell me, the days are clear, the timings are clear. Are you ready to go for a virtual tour? Show me a thumbs up. Okay. All right. So Pooja ma'am, all over to you.
Thank you so much, Monica ma'am. Good evening, bright faces. I can see everybody is excited to go on virtual tour, right? So let's not take much time. I'll take you through the virtual tour. Okay, let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible to everybody. All right, so I'll take you through a tour from the beginning. In web URL, you'll be going to type Olympiad Success, right? olympiadsuccess.com. The moment you will type this, you'll get this page on your screen, wherein you need to fill your user ID and password. Make sure that you're filling your correct user ID and password. In case you fill wrong, you'll not be able to log in your profile. So here you'll fill, the moment you'll fill your correct user ID and password, you'll get this personal tail page on your screen. Okay, so this page you have to go through it carefully and properly, that if there are any errors, you need to rectify it there and then you can update it over on this icon. Okay, after if any errors are there, you can just rectify it and you can click on update button for that. So after that, just on the left hand side, you can see a live classes icon. You'll be going to click on live classes icon, wherein you can access each and every material which is required for your preparation, right? So today we are in demo of mathematics grade 3rd. So I'll be going to click choose subject. After clicking on live classes, I'm going to select my subject. So my subject is mathematics, and then I'm going to select my topic also, for which I want to see my reading material, my question paper and answer keys also. All right. So this is I have done, and now I want to see my schedule of this subject. So I'm going to click on view schedule. Yes, after clicking on view schedule, kids, you can see that there is a complete schedule of your subject, of your grade, like what you're going to cover in session 1, what you're going to cover in session 2, and so on, right? So there is a complete detail for 35 sessions, that which topic you're going to cover in this session. In case you missed any of the session, you can just go through it from here, and you can check it in the reading material, and you can check the recording also, which we are going to provide, right? So here is a holiday calendar for your reference, that you should not miss any of the class. Yes, here you can access a holiday calendar, that whatsoever holidays are there, you can just enjoy that holiday and make sure that you should not miss any other class. So now I am going to move on my reading material. I have selected topic numerals and number names, right? So I'm going to click on set 1. So if you want to download this PDF, you need to click it over here. Click here to download the PDF, wherein you can download this PDF. That, for example, if you don't want to read it now, you want that I can read it later on, right? So you can just download it from here, and you can read it later on offline also. Okay. See, you can see all the reading material of set 1 is here. Same way you have to go on set 2 also. Right? Same way set 3 and set 4. So in this way, you can download all the reading materials and you can go through it later on. So now I'm moving on questions and answer keys. So I want to attempt this question paper to do practice mode, right? So for more practice, I'm going to click it over here, and I can see my question paper wherein I can attempt it very nicely, right? So you can download this PDF and you can take out the printout and you can just solve it over there. So now once you're done with your question paper solving part, then you can just go through your answer keys. But make sure, I'll prefer students not to download answer keys beforehand, that you should not cheat over there here, right? So make sure that you download your question paper first, you solve it, and you just check answer keys after attempting your paper, right? That it will support you for your practice thing. So same way you can see over here, there are 5 sets for your practice question papers and answer keys. Okay, so this was a tour of live classes. Now I want to access the worksheets also. So I'm going to click right on the top of this performance icon. I can see a worksheet icon. So I'm going to click on worksheet icon. Again, I have to select my subject over here. I'm going to click it over here. Mathematics, level 2. And now I can see number of worksheets, 10, 25, 50, 100, as many you want. So I am going to click on worksheet number 1. I'm going to click on take exam. So here I can see the general instructions. So I'm going to read these instructions carefully, that I should not commit any mistake later on while attempting the worksheet. So once I'm done with the reading of all these guidelines, I'm going to click on start worksheet. After clicking on start worksheet, I can see that in number of questions I got it in my worksheet, that is 35 questions, right? So I'm going to attempt each and every question carefully, that I should not commit any mistake. So the moment I'm done with question 1, so I have read my question, I've solved it, and now I'm going to fill my answer. So I filled my answer. I want to move on question number 2. So I have to click on button next. I'm filling the answer randomly, but you should make sure that you solve it and then fill the answers. I'm done with my question 2. Now I want to move on question number 3. So in this way, I'll attempt all my questions. So after completing all my questions, I'll go through it properly, I'll revise it, and then I'll click on finish button. Make sure that you should click on finish button, otherwise your worksheet will not be submitted. So before submitting it, you have to read, yes, I have reviewed all the questions. You have to click on this icon. So now my worksheet is submitted. Now I'm curious to see the performance, how I have attempted, right? Yes. So I'm going to give the feedback later on. If you want to give feedback there and then
Pooja
only.
ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Students are requesting to be a little more louder.
Okay. Do I need to give it again, or was it
No,
clear?
no,
It's
I
fine,
believe
right?
I'll be
Okay.
just
So
clear.
now I'm curious to see my performance. So I'm going to click on performance icon, which is right after this worksheet button. So again, I have to select my subject, which is here, mathematics. Now you can see, kids, I have attempted this worksheet on 15th of March, right? So I am going to see my performance over here. I have to click on view button. So I'm going to click on view button, wherein I'll get the performance. I've attempted 3 questions, which 2 were correct and 1 was wrong. All right. So that is the reason I was telling you that you should make sure that whenever you're attempting your worksheet, you should be clear and you should be concentrated while attempting it. Okay. So this was the entire tour of your dashboard. In case anybody is having any doubt, feel free to ask me. I'll be happy to answer that. So now before closing it, you need to log out. Okay. So once you log out, yes. Now let me stop sharing my screen. So everyone, this was a tour of dashboard. So if anybody is having any query, any doubt in their mind, please drop your questions in the chat box. I'll answer your queries. Okay. Over to you, Monica, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So I hope, children, the dashboard tour was clear. Any doubt anywhere, you can please ask us again. In case you have missed out on any part, we'll show that again. Were you able to understand the dashboard tour? Okay, okay, all right. So any doubt, any question, any query, please type in the chat section.
Rutvik is having one query, which will each session get recording? Yes, you will get recording of each session.
When should we do the worksheet? Ritvik is asking. So you can do the worksheet as per your convenience. Okay. You can log in and then you can do your worksheet whenever you have time, apart from your school and your classes. This will give you more practice, more exposure. Okay. Any other doubt? Any doubt, anyone? Ishani is asking, in case we miss a class, any backup classes? So classes will not be repeated, but you can get the recording in your dashboard. So ideally, you shouldn't be missing any classes. Okay. When you have enrolled in the batch, you should take it very seriously. But in case due to some emergency, you miss out on some particular class, you can always see what was done and you can catch up with other students by seeing the recording and doing it at your own end. Then you can get back to the trainer and ask your doubts. I hope this is clear and this answers your question. Will the worksheet come today or tomorrow? Okay. So worksheet is not coming and going anywhere. Worksheet is there in the dashboard. Okay. You have to come to your laptop.
See, so I'll explain you this part. If you remember that I have entered a user ID and password, right? So that means the moment you enroll with us, you'll get your user ID and password. So you can log in and you can access the worksheet over there. So worksheets will not come on your WhatsApp. Worksheets will not come on your Gmail or anywhere. You can access it by logging. Okay.
Can we do practice worksheet? Sanvi is asking. When? When do you want to do it? Right now? When? Yes, you can take practice of these worksheets, which will be there in your dashboard. But for that, you need to get yourself enrolled. However, after this query session, you will get to see the demo. Okay.
And before attempting these worksheets, you should be clear with the topic also. For that, you need to attend the sessions, right? So the moment you'll attend your sessions, you'll clear with your topic, then only these practice worksheets matter. Okay, everyone? So attend your session, clear your doubts with your mentor, and then attempt these worksheets, because these worksheets are for your practice.
Vitan Sen, were you raising your hand? Do you have a doubt? So I saw you raising your hand. In case you have a doubt, you can type that in the chat section. Okay. Any other query? Along with regular classes, how much one need to spend in general daily? Will the worksheet suffice? So if you attend your classes regularly, do the work assigned, do these practice worksheets, get your scores, get your doubts cleared, use spend at least a couple of hours on everything. I think all these things will be enough. Okay. Yes. Bitan Sen, please type your question. Don't raise your hand. Type it in the chat section. Because just for today, you will be on mute, but in your upcoming sessions, you will be free to interact with your mentor. You can ask as many questions as you want to your mentor. In fact, we really encourage children asking questions, but this setting is just for today's demo. Okay. Any other doubt? Any other query? Anyone? Vishesh, Sanvi, Bhuvan, which days will the classes be? Okay. Who will tell me? Who will tell me the answer to this? Don't raise your hand. Vivansh, type it in the chat section. On which days do we have the class? Come on. Monday and Friday, Bhuvan is saying that is correct. Correct. Mondays and Fridays. Okay. Any other doubt, any query? If you don't have a doubt, I have a doubt. How many sessions are going to be there overall? Type in the chat section. Let me see who was attentive during the PPT. 35. Bhuvan, Nikita, Ishani, Ritvik, everyone is saying. Okay, 35 is correct. Will you also guide in what all Olympiad exams we should enroll to? That is your own personal decision. Depends upon you and your caliber and your flair and your inclination. So you have to decide which Olympiad you want to go for. Okay. There are several Olympiads. Okay, Ishani. You can choose as per your own inclination. Okay, 35 is the correct answer. Monday and Friday. And what are the timings? What are the class timings? 5:30 to 7? 6:30 to 7:45? Which answer is correct? 6:30 to 7:45 AM or PM? Okay, yes. 6:30 to 7:45 PM is the correct answer. So I hope you are clear with the details. And I think we had a doubt. We cannot practice it. Practice what? Can you please elaborate a little on your question? Vitan Sen, we would be happy to answer once we understand what you're trying to ask. Ishani, what happened at your end? All well? Blackout? Okay, so Vitan, in the meantime, you can elaborate on your question. And everyone else, if you have a query, please ask. Parthavi, switch on your camera. Okay, Ishani is back. Parthavi, where have you gone? Betsy, Asa, please switch on your cameras. Any doubt? Or shall we go ahead with the demo? Vitan, ask your doubt to us, not to your family members. Type it in the chat section. Okay, let's begin with the demo then. All right, ready for the demo? Give me a smile. Give me a smile. I can't see the smile on Nikita's face, on Vivansh's face. It's missing. Okay, Parthavi is smiling. Deepthi is smiling. Sanvi is busy somewhere. Okay, ready for the demo? All right, all right. All over to you, Shagun ma'am.
Thank you, Monica ma'am. So everybody excited for the demo? Chalo, let's start, okay, with it. So when Monica ma'am asked what time is our class is going to be, we got a lot of answers very quickly. I was saying 6:30 to 7:45, and then ma'am asked AM or PM, and then quickly I answered PM. Okay, so absolutely right, 6:30 PM to 7:45 PM. On that note, we'll start with the demo today. What we're learning today is about time. Okay, so before we start, just tell me what comes to your mind when we talk about time, all of you all. Just quickly type in the chat box. What does time mean to you all? Vishesh, Ishani, Sanvi, come on. What does it mean? What comes to your mind? What is the first thing that comes to your mind when somebody says time? Anybody? Nikita, Bitan, Joey, anybody? Clock. Okay, Sanvi says clock. Kabir says clock. Yes. What can you see in the clock? What are you seeing in the clock? Two hands. What else? Time. We're seeing the time. Yes. Absolutely. Three hands. Yes, not two hands, three hands. When an event happens, fine. Time is okay when an event happens. Absolutely right. Okay. So on that note, let's start. I'll share my screen and we'll study about time. I'll just share my screen. 1 minute. Monica ma'am, can you allow me to share my screen?
1 second, Shagun.
Pooja ma'am, I think you are the host.
Yes, please. I am not the host right now.
Oh, Shagun ma'am, you are the host now. You can do that.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. So is the screen visible to everybody? You can show me a thumbs up if you'll get it, and otherwise you can show me a thumbs down. Okay, great. Okay, so when we talk about time, time is basically the duration of an event. Okay, for how long does an event go on? So if I say I have been dancing for an hour, so it's the duration. Since how long have I been dancing? Or it's a series of events that happens. Say in the past, I went for a walk. Okay, so you're telling a past event. You did go for a walk, or I am walking right now, the present, or the future. I will go for the walk. Okay, so time helps you to tell when an event happens, a series of event, or the duration of an event. Now, when we talk about time, time consists of certain units, right? When we talk about time, like you said, we always see the time in a clock or a watch. Yes, we have these big clocks at home on our walls, which help us to tell time. We have these three hands in the clock: an hour hand, a minute hand, and a second hand. Yes or no? The smallest hand that you can see, okay, the fat small hand, okay, that you can see out here also. This is known as the hour hand, which points towards what hour it is in the clock. Then you have a longer hand, the long hand, which is the minute hand. Okay. In this case, the one pointing at 11 here is the minute hand. And one more very thin hand, you can see the red one out here. That is called as the second hand. Fine. Good, everybody. Okay, now if I want to read time on a clock, how do I proceed? Okay, firstly, there are certain things that we need to know. Can somebody tell me how many hours are there in a day? Bhuvan, would you like to tell me?
24 hours.
24 hours? Absolutely correct. So there are 24 hours in a day. Okay, and a day is divided into two parts. We have 12 hours in the morning and we have 12 hours afternoon. Okay, we have 12 hours up till noon, which is up till 12 p.m. And we have 12 hours afternoon till midnight. So 12 plus 12, 24. Absolutely right. How about now? 1 hour consists of how many minutes? So we have a day is made up of 24 hours. Then 1 hour is made up of how many minutes? Ishani. Shani, 1 hour is how many minutes?
60.
Can you be louder?
60.
60. Absolutely right. 1 hour is 60 minutes. So I can divide 1 full hour into 60 minutes. And minutes are further divided. Yes or no? Minutes are further divided. Yes or no? Yes? Okay, Deepthi, you say yes. I saw 2 thumbs up. So minutes can be divided into what? Smaller units, Deepthi?
What now?
Pardon? Pardon, Deepthi, what did you say? I can't hear you,
What was
Deepthi.
the question now?
You're not audible. Yes.
What was the question?
Minutes further divided into. So what, Deepthi? So I said that one day is 24 hours, right? Then we said that 1 hour is 60 minutes. Similarly, 1 minute, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Okay. Remember, 1 minute can be further divided into 60 seconds. Got that, everybody? Okay. Now let's see how can we actually read time on a clock. Okay. So first things first. So you will always see a clock will be numbered 1 to 12. You'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Up till 12. Can anybody tell me why only 12? When a day has 24 hours, why is it not showing me 24 markings? Yes, Sanvi. Sanvi's raising her hand. Tell me.
Because we have 12 hours a day and 12 hours a night. So 12 plus 12 equals 24.
Absolutely right. So what we need to understand is, supposing this is the entire day that we have, consisting of 24 hours. Okay. Now for ease of telling time, what we have done, okay, starting from midnight. Okay. Starting from midnight. Okay. Up till 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. We have 12 hours. These 12 hours are known as AM. So we have 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Like that, we have 12 hours. And from noon, okay, that is from afternoon, again, till just before midnight, we have 12 hours of night. Okay. So after 12 o'clock in the noon, what we will say is 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., up to 12. You'll get that? So for ease of telling time, we've divided the day into 2 parts. 12 hours of AM, which is before noon, and then 12 hours of PM, which is afternoon. We get that? So at any given point in time, our clock will only show us 12 hours. And by looking outside, we can always tell whether it is AM or PM, whether it is day or it is post-noon. Okay? Now, AM, we all say AM, PM, but what does that actually mean? AM means ante-meridian, which is time before noon, and PM is post meridian, which is time afternoon up to midnight. Are we understanding that? Anybody has any doubts, you can raise your hand and we'll be happy to explain again. Any doubts, anybody? No? Okay. So let's proceed. Okay. Now these big numbers that you can see on your screen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up till 12, these show us the hours. So you will always have a small hand, okay, which is pointing towards the hours. Then you will have a long hand, which I said was the minute hand. So supposing the long hand is pointing to 7. Now, what does it actually mean? How will you know what minutes is it pointing at? Now, we said 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Okay. So this entire circle, okay, this entire circle is actually 60 minutes. Now, these 60 minutes are divided into how many parts? 12 parts. Okay, you can see these numberings. They are divided into 12 parts. So when I divide 60 divided by 12, what I get is 5 minutes. That means if I go from one number to another number, it is 5 minutes. Each part stands for 5 minutes. Did you understand? Okay, see, when the minute hand starts from 12 and goes around the entire clock, it means it has completed 1 hour. It has completed 1 hour. When the minute hand starts and goes around the entire clock once, it has completed 1 hour. That means it has completed 60 minutes. Now, these 60 minutes have been divided into 12 parts. So 60 divided by 12 is nothing but 5 minutes. Okay, so each of this part stands for 5 minutes. So this is 5 minutes, 1 to 2, 5 minutes, then 2 to 3, 5 minutes. Like this, if you count, all of these parts stands for 5 minutes each. Now, understand. So if my small hand, let me draw it better. If my small hand is pointing to 2 and my big hand is pointing to 7, that means the time will be, first we will always write the hours. First we always write the hours. So I'll say it's 2. And what about the minutes? I said each part stands for 5. So when the minute hand is pointing at 7, it is 7 into 5, which is 35. So it is 2:35. We always separate the hours and the minutes, okay, by a colon. You write the hours, then you put colon, and then you write the minutes. So here what do I have? It's 2 hours, 35 minutes. And by looking outside, we can always tell whether it's 2:35 a.m. or 2:35 p.m. If it's before afternoon, it will be 2:35 a.m. If it's after the noon, okay, in the evening, okay, if it's afternoon, it will be 2:35 p.m. Did you all understand this? Anybody, any doubts? Please raise your hand if you all have any doubts at any stage. Okay, so if you all have understood this, let me ask you all. Quickly type in the chat box, what is the time shown by this clock? Dani, absolutely right. Just remember, whenever you're writing time, separate your hours and your minutes with a colon in the middle, those 2 dots. Shani says 5:30, absolutely correct. Sanvi, 4:30, no. And Parvi, 5:30, absolutely correct. The time is 5:30, okay? Your minutes hand, your hour hand is at 5, and your minutes hand is at 6. 6 means 6 into 5, which is 30 minutes. Okay, now one thing that you need to understand, they will generally draw the clock how? Supposing they've drawn it in the middle. Supposing they've drawn the hour hand in the middle like this. Now, what is the time? Is it 5:40 or is it 6:40? Vivansh, is the time 5:40 or 6:40? You can unmute. Yes. So since my minute hand is pointing at 8, I know it's 8 into 5, 40 minutes. Correct? But what is my hours?
5:40.
Pardon?
It's 5:40, ma'am.
5:40. Absolutely right. So since the hour hand is between 5 and 6, that means it's yet not 6 o'clock. It's yet not 6 o'clock. That means it's 5:40. Okay. Had my hour hand been between 6 and 7, then it would have been 6:40. Okay. One other very interesting thing that comes. Okay. So if I draw something like this. Suppose this is pointing at 10. What's the time, everybody? This is the hour hand. Okay. This is the small hand. And this is the minute hand. Everybody, answer in the chat box. Shani, very fast. 11:50. Absolutely right. Again, it's yet not 12 o'clock. Your hour hand has crossed 11, but it's yet not reached 12. So my time is 11:50. Okay. And depending on whether it is post noon or not, we'll write PM or AM. Okay. Now, this is when we write time in the terms of numbers. Okay. But time also sometimes have names. Okay. Like how my name is Shagun. Okay. Somebody is Shani, somebody is Nikita, somebody is Rutvik. Similarly, time can also be written in words. Okay. Now, one way of writing this is instead of writing 11:50 a.m., I can say it's 11:50 a.m. This is one way of writing it. Okay. Now, there's another way of writing it too. Let's understand that. Yes, Kabir. I'll just unmute you. Yes, Kabir, you can unmute yourself.
अविनाश जी की पसंद है तो इसमें कुछ है ही नहीं उसके
मैम
Yeah.
नीतीश जी क्या करे नीतीश जी किधर है
Yes, Kabir.
तो मामा जी नहीं गए लेने के लिए ये क्या
I
अभी
passed
Pardon, Kabir, there's a lot of background noise.
आ जाना आपको उसके पास वो नाराज तो नहीं होगी
Kabir, there's a lot of background noise. There's somebody speaking at your end too.
yes my
now
mom
say.
is
Is there anything you want to say, Kabir? No? Okay, fine. Sure, let's proceed then. So I was saying, what if I want to write, what if they tell you write the time in words? Okay. Understand another way of writing time.
ma'am
So whenever you're,
when
yes,
8, 9, 10 and 11 is past and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is past and 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is 2.
okay.
Okay. Let's understand that part. So whenever your R hand is pointing exactly, okay, to a number, okay, like this. Suppose this is pointing to 2 and your minute hand is pointing at 12, okay. That means it's exactly 2 o'clock. What is it? It's exactly 2 o'clock. So what I can write is, either I can write it as 2 o'clock or I can say it's 2 or then you put an apostrophe and clock. This is how you would write. Okay, when there are no minutes, when the minutes are 0 and the hour hand is at a particular number and the minutes hand is at 0, you say the time is either 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and so on. Fine? Now, if your minutes are between 1 to 29, if your minutes are between 1 to 29, then you say it's, supposing in this clock, okay, that is here, it was in front of you. Okay, this clock is showing actually 2:20. My minutes are between 1 and 29. So another way of saying this is, it is 20 minutes past 2. Okay, 2 o'clock has already happened and 20 minutes more have passed. So it's 20 minutes past 2. Okay, if your minutes are 0, we say it's exactly 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, so on. But if your minutes are between 1 to 29, you say it's that many minutes past your hour. So here the time is 20 minutes past 2. 2 o'clock has already happened and 20 minutes more have gone by, past. Understood, everybody? Any doubts? Anyone? Nikita, Deepti, Bhuvan, Ishani, Bodhi Ratna, any doubt? No? Okay. Now, what if your minute hand is exactly at 30? Then what? Anybody would like to tell me? What if your minutes hands are exactly at 30? So if I say the time is 2:30, okay? My minute hand is exactly at 30, like this. Okay, when it's exactly at 30, I say it's half past. So I will say it's 2:30. Why half? It's 30 minutes. 30 minutes is half of 60 minutes. Okay, so out of 60, half the minutes have passed. 30 minutes have passed. So when your minutes hand is exactly at 30, you say half past the hour. 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, and so on. Similarly, now when the minute hand moves a little more forward and it crosses 30 and it's between 30 and 0. It's between 30 and 0. We say 2. Okay. Now, one thing here is, now if my time here was 2:45. Yes, somebody's raised their hand. Let's see. Yes, Deepthi. Tell me.
When the minute hand is at 9, we call it 2:15.
Times 2:45.
When the minute hand is at 9, then we call it 2:15.
But where is our hand, Deepthi, in that case?
Can't you hear me?
No, I think you were not audible in the first part. Where is the R hand? Let me draw it.
Can you hear me now?
No, Deepthi, you're not audible.
We are not audible?
Now
Is
you
that-
are, ma'am. Now you are.
Okay. So what you're telling?
I'm telling when the minute hand is at 9, it is called 2:15.
I understood the big hand, but where's the small hand, Deepthi?
The small hand is between 2 and 3.
Okay. So when the small hand is between 2 and 3, so we know it's 2 something, 2 o'clock something, correct? And you said that the long hand or the minute hand is at 9. So it's, I know it's 2:45, correct?
Yes.
So Deepthi, whenever your minute hand is between 6 and 12, means it's between 30 minutes and 0, then we don't say past. What we say is 2. What we say is 2. So what we will say, 15 minutes are remaining. 15 minutes are remaining for it to become 3 o'clock. So we say 15 minutes to 3. Instead of saying 45 past 2, okay, what we say is 15 minutes to 3 o'clock. Okay, so understand, when we are going from 0 minutes to 29 minutes, we say past. Okay, everybody? When we are at 30 minutes, we say half past because it's half of 60. And when we are between 30 and 0, we say 2 to the next hour. Did you all understand, everybody? So, got it now? Yes, Nikita, your doubt?
Ma'am, I had a doubt in the previous slide.
Pardon? In the previous slide, okay. Tell me.
Ma'am told that every gap have 5 minutes, but 12 to 1 it have 1 hour, but you told it have 5 minutes.
Okay, so good question. Nikita, for the R hand, okay, we have 2 hands. Predominantly, we'll not talk about the seconds hand here, okay, that's not very important. We'll talk about always the R hand, which is the small hand, and the minute hand, which is the big hand, okay. For R hand, all these numbers are R's, okay. For the R hand, all these numbers are R's. But for the minute hand, all these numbers are minutes. Understood? So for the R hand, this is 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and so on. But for the minutes hand, for him, this is not 1. For him, what is this? 1 into 5, 5 minutes. This is 2 into 5, 10 minutes. This is 3 into 5, 15 minutes, and so on. Understood?
Ma'am, like when the R hand reaches to 12 to 1, that's equal to 1 hour. And then when the minute hand reaches to 12 to 1, it is equal to 5 minutes.
5 minutes, correct. For the R hand, okay, for the R hand, this entire clock is 12 hours. Okay, for the R hand, this entire clock is 12 hours. But for the minute hand, the entire clock round is 60 minutes. Okay, So the hour hand is treating these numbers as hours and the minute hand is treating these numbers as minutes. Okay, Nikita? Yes. Okay. So this leads to one more very important thing that I'll share with you all. Okay, since it's a nice question. What happens is if I ask you how many times in a day will the hour hand go around the clock? Anybody? How many times in a day will the hour hand go around the clock, full circle? Who would like to answer? Or you all can type in the chat box also if you all want. Anybody? How many times in a day will the hour hand go around the clock? Nikita says 2. Somebody says 24. Not 24. Sanvi, not 24. Ishani and Nikita, 2. Absolutely right. 2 is the correct answer. Let's understand why. So supposing my hour hand is here. Okay, it took a full turn. That means it completed 12 hours. Then again, it took a complete turn from 12 to 12 again. Again, it completed 12 hours. So it's taken 2 rounds and it is completed 24 hours. My day has got over. My day has got over. Okay. So if the hour hand goes around the clock 2 times, it has completed the day. But like I told you that a minute hand, for a minute hand, one complete round is only 60 minutes, which is 1 hour. So a minute hand will go around the clock 24 times in a day. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, like this, it will have to go around the clock 24 times. Did you all understand? Anybody, any doubt now? Nikita, I hope I've cleared it out. Yeah? Okay. Kabir, you have a doubt? I can see you're raising your hand. Kabir, if you have a doubt, please unmute yourself. No? Okay. Betan?
Ma'am, you said when 30 to in between when 30 to 0, that is to the next hour. That means I do not understand.
Okay, understand. If I say that the time is 3:40, okay? So my hour hand is somewhere here and my minute hand is here, okay? So my minutes are between 31 and 0, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now when I say to the next hour, what I mean is right now the time is 3:40. How many minutes are left for it to become 4 o'clock, Bitan? After how many minutes will it become 4 o'clock?
20 minutes.
20 minutes, right? So this is 3:40, but in words, what I will say, it is 20 minutes to 4. 20 minutes to 4. We never say it's 40 minutes past 3. No, we say past only till 29 minutes. Okay. After it crosses 30, when it becomes 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, up till 59, we say it's so many minutes remaining for the next hour. So we'll say it's 20 minutes to 4 o'clock. Supposing the time was 2:59, I would say it's 1 minute to 3. 1 minute is left for it to become 3 o'clock. Understood, Beeta?
Yes, ma'am, I now understand.
Okay. Kabir, your doubt?
Ma'am, I don't have a doubt.
Okay, Kabir. Sanvi, you're raising your hand. Tell me.
Mute করিনি।
I don't have doubt. I think I raised it by accident.
You have any doubt to ask, Sanvi, or it's solved now?
Fine. Except
Okay, fine.
I'm wondering just why do our clock have these lines?
Pardon?
Our clock has lines on it. One line is bigger than the other.
So this line is bigger than the hour hand. This is my hour hand and this is my minute hand.
No, I mean the line on the clock.
Line on the clock. Are you talking about the lines in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just coming to that, Sanvi. Okay. So I've understood how to read the minutes and the hours. Now I told you each portion is 5 minutes. Now if you see in an actual clock, there are these 4 tiny subdivisions also. Okay. So from 12 to 1 is 5 smaller parts. Okay. And I know 12 to 1 is 5 minutes. So this each smaller part is actually 1 minute. This each smaller part is 1 minute. 5 divided by 5 is 1. So supposing you'll see these small divisions everywhere on the clock. So supposing it's something like my hour hand is here and my minute hand is, say, facing here. Okay. So what I'll say, the time is 3. This is 5 minutes, 6, 7, 8, 9. My time is 3, 9. My time is 3, 9. Did you understand this part? Between each part also there are subdivisions. Okay, so those 5 minutes are also divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Part 3, got it? Vivansh, everybody? Anybody, any doubt? No? Okay. Now, there are some terms that you need to know. In time, 15 minutes is also known as a quarter. 15 minutes is also known as a quarter. Why quarter? Quarter means 1/4. Quarter means 1/4. Okay, supposing you have a pizza, you divide it into 4 slices and you eat 1 slice. You say, I ate 1/4 of the pizza. Quarter means when you're dividing anything into 4 parts. Okay, when you divide 60 minutes, divide by 4, you'll get 15 minutes. So in time, 15 minutes is also known as a quarter. Okay, 30 minutes is known as half an hour, half. Why? Half of 60 is 30. So 30 minutes is known as half. Anybody, any doubts? No? Okay, sure. Now I'll give you all this exercise and you all will tell me, okay? The first clock. What is the time in the first clock? Come on, quickly. Fastest fingers first. Let's see who's typing the answers in the chat. What's the time in this first clock? 6. Okay. Always don't just write 6. Okay, if you just write 6, no, this is wrong. Always represent time as hours, then colon, and then your minutes. So this would be the correct way of representing time. Either you say it's 6 o'clock or you represent it with a colon. 6 o'clock is the right answer. Absolutely right. Now, what about the second one? Give me the answer in the numerical form and the word form. In the numerical form as well as the word form. So 45, absolutely correct. So that's the numerical form. But if I told you represent time in words, what would it be? Using the what we've learned, to, past, half, what will I say? Ishani, absolutely correct. So if the time is 2:45, that means 15 minutes are remaining for it to become 3. So I'll say it's 15 minutes to 3, or 15 minutes is also known as quarter. So I can say it's quarter to 3. Quarter to 3. Okay. The next one, the third one. Bodhi Ratna, can you unmute yourself and give me the answer for that one? What is the time shown in the third one? Give me the answer in the numerical form.
बोलो ना
Tell me.
बोलो
Say. Okay, no? Yes, 6:30 is the correct answer. The time is 6:30. If I have to represent that in words, I'll say it's 30 minutes past 6. Sorry, 30 minutes past 8. Sorry, here the time is 8:30. Okay, the hour hand is between 8 and 9, and the minute hand is at 30. So the time is 8:30. Okay, we can also say it's 30 minutes past 8, or I can say it's half past 8. Fine, everyone? Okay, somebody's raised their hand. Let's see who's raised their hand. Yes, Ivansh.
Ma'am, actually, in third one, the our hand is actually not at 6. It is actually at 8. So it should be 8:30, not 6:30.
So the hour hand is between 8 and 9. You're absolutely right. The time is 8:30. Okay, and if I have to say it in words, I'll say it's half past 8 or 30 minutes past 8. You're right. Okay, so with this is just a few concepts that we've covered in time. This is the demo. Okay, there's lots more that we can cover in time. Okay, so this is the demo for today. I hope you all learned something new, and you all found it enjoyable too. Okay, so if you like to, please register. There's some few seats remaining. Okay, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask. Anybody, any questions that you'll have? Yes, Ishani. You can also type in the chat box if you have any questions.
Ma'am, why is the hour hand?
Pardon?
Hour hand smaller than the minute hand?
Why is it smaller than the minute hand? See, Ishani, we had to create some differentiation, right? Otherwise, when we would look at the clock, and if both your hands would look the same, then how would you tell which is the hour hand and which is the minute hand? They wanted to create some differentiation. Okay, so they made the hour hand a little fat and short. Okay, just to make it a little fun, they didn't want both to look similar, so they made the hour hand a little fat and short. Okay. Another question that I want to ask? No? Okay, fine. So I hope to see you all in the next class. Okay, when we start off with our batches. Okay, take care till then and have a good day. Bye. See ya.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.